welcome to physics class. In the second day of his matter PU, we are going to discuss about solutions. Before starting today's session, let's know about what is previous session topics, its worksheet and its answers. Let's start today's session. Children, in last session, we learned about few substances, mixture and types of mixtures. Let's check the worksheet. This is our worksheet 3.1. Let's check its answers. Pure substance. The substance which is made up of only one component, it's called pure substance. Mixture. The substance which is made up of two or more components is called mixture. Let's check the second one. The mixture in which components are uniformly distributed throughout it, it's called homogeneous mixture. And examples are salt water and air. The mixture in which components are not uniformly distributed throughout it, it's called heterogeneous mixture. Examples are muddy water, oil and water. Let's check the third one. Homogeneous mixtures are soda water, A, vinegar, filtered tea, because they distributed uniformly. And the heterogeneous mixtures are oat and salt, because they are not distributed uniformly. So let's start today's topic, children, that is nothing but solutions. Children, what is today's our topic? Yes, this is solutions. So here, look at the picture and tell me what is it. Yes, it is a lemonade. So, what type of mixture lemonade is? Yes, it is a homogeneous mixture. And the lemonade is made up of water, lemon, salt and sugar. That means it is a homogeneous mixture and it is made up of two or more substances. Such a mixture is called as solution. Then what is solution? Let's check. A solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. Children, repeat along with me. A solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. So children, do you know that solution has two components? One is solute and the another one is solvent. Let's check the one by one. So what is it? Yes, it is a salt water. This is water and this is salt. So in salt and water, which one is present in lower quantity? Salt is present in lower quantity. And which one is present in higher quantity? Yes, water is present in higher quantity. So the substance which is present in lower quantity in a solution, it's called solute. And the substance which is present in higher quantity in a solution, it's called solvent. Children, let's know about solute and solvent in detail. So what is solute? Yes, the substance which is present in lower quantity is called solute. Let's see the example. So here we have a salt water. So what is salt here, children? Yes, it is a solute. Why it is solute, children? It is present in a lower quantity. And solute is also defined as the substance which is dissolved in solvent. The substance which is dissolved in solvent. Let's see the example. So which one is dissolved in water here? Yes, salt is dissolved in water here. So what is salt here? Salt is a solute here. Correct? So now tell me, what is the first definition for solute? Yes, the substance which is present in lower quantity. What is the second definition? Yes, the substance which is dissolved in solvent. It's called solute. Now you learn about solute, correct? Let's learn about solvent. So solvent. So what is solvent, children? Yes, the substance which is present in higher quantity is called solvent. Let's see the example. So here we have a salt water again. Now we take in water. So what is water here? Solvent. Why water is a solvent? It's present in higher quantity. So solvent is also defined as the substance which dissolves the solute in it. The substance which is dissolves the solute in it. Let's see the example. So which one is dissolve the salt here? The water is dissolves the salt in it. So what is water here? Obviously it is a solvent. So now tell me, what is solvent? Yes, the substance which is present in higher quantity. What is the second definition for solvent? Yes, the substance which dissolves the solute in it, it's called solvent. Now you learn about solution, solute and solvent. Let's see some of the examples and find which one is solute and which one is solvent. So let's take the examples. The first one is lemonade. So we all know that lemonade is made up of lemon, sugar and water. I'll give 10 seconds of time to you. Just find which one is solute and which one is solvent. Yes, lemon and sugar are solute and water is solvent. Why? Yes, lemon and sugar are in lesser quantity in a lemonade. That's why those are solute. Water is present in more quantity in a lemonade. That's why those are solvent. So, solution is made up of more than one solute also. Here we have two solutes, right? Lemon and sugar. Let's see the second example. Oh yes, carbonated drinks. What are those carbonated drinks? For cool drinks, children. The cool drinks are made up of carbon dioxide and water. You try to find which one is solute and which one is solvent here. Yes, carbon dioxide is a solute. Water is a solvent. Why? Carbon dioxide present in lower quantity. That's why it is a solute. Water is present in higher quantity. That's why it is a solvent. Let's take the third example. Tincture of iodine. So tincture of iodine is used to apply on wounds. So tincture of iodine is made up of iodine plus alcohol. Try to find which one is solute and which one is solvent here. Yes, iodine is a solute, alcohol is solvent. Okay, you know the reason why it is solute and why it is solvent, correct? Yes. Now we learn about solution and its components. Let's know about its properties. Let's check the properties of solution one by one. The first property of solution. Yes, look at the picture, what it is. Yes, lemonade again. Okay, can you see the particles of lemonade? There is possibility to see them? No. Now, yes, there are the particles in lemonade, but we can't see them with our naked eye. Why? In solution, the particles are so small in size, so we can't see them with our naked eye. Okay, let's check the second property. So here we have a light and we have a salt solution. So can you observe any path of light here? Light is visible here? No. In a solution, light is not visible. We can't see the path of light here. So the path of light is not visible in a solution. Let's take the third one. So salt water is right here. Do you observe any salt particle in the bottom of the glass? No. The solute particles does not settle down when the solution left undisturbedly. So let's check the all properties together. Yes. So what is the first property of solution, children? Yes. In solution, the particles are so small in size. What is the second property? The path of light is not visible in a solution. And the third one, the solute particles does not settle down when the solution left undisturbed. Now you learn about solution, its components and its properties also. Smart test for you. Open your books and start doing this. For this, I'll give 1 minute of time. Your time starts now. Let's check the answer. Solution is a homogeneous mixture of two or more substances. In a solution, the particles are so small in size. The path of light is not visible in a solution. The solute particles does not settle down when the solution left undisturbed. Children, I hope you enjoy the test. Let's learn the next interesting topic, solubility. So look at the picture. What is this? Yes, they are adding salt in water. What is salt here? Solute or salt? Yes, salt is a solute. And how much salt we are adding to the glass full of water? Yes, this much of solute we are adding glass full of water. What we can call this? This is called as solubility. The amount of solute present in a solution at certain temperature is called its solubility. Children, repeat along with me. The amount of solute present in a solution at certain temperature is called solubility. Let's know the factors affecting on rate of dissolving. Let's check them. So look at these two pictures and tell me what do you observe here? Yes, here they're adding sugar into tea and they're adding sugar cubes into tea. What is the difference between these two? Yes, here they are adding sugar particles. Here they are adding sugar cubes. What is the difference between these two? Yes, its size. So sugar particles are small in size. Sugar cubes are large in size. So which one is dissolved fastly in this tea? Sugar particles. Why? because they are small in size. So, sugar particles are dissolving in tea fastly. What does it mean? It means that size of the particles affect the rate of dissolving. Rate of dissolving. Let's check the second one. So here we have a beaker full of water. What is this? Yes, it is salt which is not dissolved in this beaker full of water. And he is adding one more spoon of salt in this beaker full of water. Can we dissolve this salt in this water? Yes. How? By increasing its temperature. By increasing its temperature, we can dissolve this undissolved salt in this beaker full of water. So, what does it mean? Temperature affecting rate of dissolving. Let's check the third one. Oh, what is this? What he's trying to do here? Yes, it just added some of the salt in this cup of water and he's trying to stirring it. What happened when we start stirring? Yes, the salt fastly dissolved in water. That means stirring is a third factor which is affecting on rate of dissolving. Let's check the factors all together. So now tell me which factors are affecting and rate of dissolving. What is the first one, children? Yes. Size of the particles. What is the second one, children? Yes. Temperature. What is the third one, children? Stirring. These are the three factors affecting on the rate of dissolving. Children, now we learn about solubility and the factors affecting on rate of dissolving. Now, small test for you. So open your books and start doing this. For this, I'll give 20 seconds of time to you. The time starts now. Let's check the answer. The amount of solute present in a solution at certain temperature is called its solubility. And which of the following depends on dissolving? A, C, D. Temperature, size of the particles and stirring. Children, this is all for today. Let's check the task of the topic. Complete your classwork from eNotes and complete the worksheet 3.2. As you all know that you have to complete the worksheet on time. Let's check the worksheet 3.2. This is your worksheet 3.2. Children, in the next session, we are going to be learn a very interesting topic, nothing but types of solutions. Children, I hope you enjoy the session. This is all for today. We'll meet in the next session. Again, up to that, happy learning.